Hey guys, I'm back with another update to Dave Chappelle. So, it's so sad that we can't move forward from this. And, the funny thing was, there was a Netflix walkout, right? So people decided that they were going to walk out of Netflix to protest and force Netflix to give transgender people more executive roles. And there was a big protest. And they walked out. And I'll be honest, if I was Netflix, I would have put right up on the website, we're hiring right now. No way, shape, or form am I tolerating no nonsense like this. You got freedom of speech, but I'm your employer. And as your employer, if you decide that you want to walk out on your job, guess what? Now hiring is going up all over my website, and I'm hiring people tomorrow. That being said, let's keep it moving. So, at the protests, we have several individuals that were speaking that day. So one of the speakers, Ashley Marie Preston, who had a whole lot to say, and I believe she's a government figure, the first openly transgender woman in politics. Listen, congrats. I'm glad. Change is progression. So, that being said, though, let's keep it real. You put some homophobic tweets out there about Asian people.
So she wrote, "Just cussed out that Asian bitch. Clean the fuck out. You messed up my order and then blame me? Hashtag English is my first language, bitch. Never ordering again." Who says that? And here's another one. Asian hoes act like they won't get karate chopped in the motherfucking throat. What is this hoe staring at? She needs to mind her beeswax. Last one I'll read. Another damn Asian almost hit me while crossing. What the fuck is it with y'all in them damn vehicles? What the hell?
On Twitter that'll never go away. And people remember those things. So what I get out of this whole thing, and what's really, really frustrating, is that you guys come up here on your platform, on your soapbox, right? And it's, and I call, I'm going to call it what I call it. I heard this and it was real funny. It's like the Victim Olympics. Who's next to cry victim, right? Over something and want to cancel culture. Yeah, that's right. Victim Olympics. That's what we got right now. And the reality is that you're up here talking and saying things, about what Dave had to say, but no one actually really listened. And I'm going to play the clip of a part of what Dave talked about and what he spoke about in his special. And I want you guys to pay attention to what he said at it. And I want you to let me know what you think. Tell me what you think and tell me if it was something that should have the transgender community up in arms. If anything, they should be up in arms about what they did to this poor woman, Daphne.
One of the coolest people I ever met was a transgender woman. Daphne Woman is her name. A white trans woman laughing loud and hard at everything I said, especially the trans jokes. It's very puzzling. Turns out it was her dream to be a comedian, and I was her hero. It's very moving. I could not dislike somebody that felt that way about me. We became fast friends. And when I needed an opening act, I called her on the phone, and she was like, fuck yeah. And then the show became something cooler than a show. It became like a conversation between a black man and a white trans woman, and we started getting to the bomber shit. And at the end of the show, I go, oh, Daphne, I said, well, that was fun. I love you to death, but I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. And she said, I don't need you to understand me. She said, I just need you to believe that I'm having a human experience. She didn't say anything about pronouns. She didn't say anything about me being in trouble. She said, just believe I'm a person and I'm going through it. I believe you because it takes one to know one. And it was a great night. And we all went backstage and was just talking shit and laughing, and Daphne stole the room. She had everyone cracking up, telling us all these crazy stories about shit she be into. I pulled her aside and I said, "You are hilarious. I didn't know that when you were on stage." I said, "You're doing some things wrong, but I can help you." I said, "Anytime I'm in San Francisco, why don't you open the show for me, and I'll just try to give you some pointers." And she grabbed me real tight, hugged me, squeezed me, and I pushed her all violently because I'm transphobic. I said, "Boundaries, bitch!" When Sticks and Stones came out, a lot of people in the trans community were furious with me. And the hardest thing for a person to do is go against their tribe if they disagree with their tribe. But Daphne did that for me. She said, punching down on someone requires you to think less of them. And I know him, and he doesn't. He doesn't punch up, he doesn't punch down, he punches lines, and he's a master at his craft. That's what she said. Beautiful tweet, beautiful friend. And when she did that, the trans community dragged that bitch all over Twitter. 6 days after that wonderful night I described to you, my friend Daphne killed herself. True story, my heart was broken. I don't know if it was them dragging her, I don't know what's going on in her life, but I bet dragging her didn't help. I was very angry at them. I was very angry at her. I felt like Daphne lied to me. She always says she identified as a woman, and then one day she goes up to the roof of a building and jumps off and kills herself. Clearly, only a man would do some gangster shit like that. Daphne would have loved that joke. That's why she was my friend. I got in touch with her family and I started a trust fund for her daughter because I know that's all she ever really cared about. And I'll tell that little girl, young lady, I knew your father. And he was a wonderful woman.
First Amendment, your First Amendment right of speech when you're protesting at their protest saying, "We love Dave," and yet they want to shut him down. This guy who just came up with a sign. And then they were getting a little physical. They started pushing him. So this is what happens. And we need to pay attention. We need to all wake up. We need to stop the fucking pity parties. That's what needs to happen. And everybody needs to grow the fuck up. Seriously. Watch these 2 videos. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please follow and share. I appreciate you guys, all the support. Thank you very much. Look forward to talking to you, make another video. Peace.
Why is he breaking my sign? Why is he breaking my sign? Don't have free speech rights? Don't have free speech rights of all of you? Oh, look, there's such a... He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
So at that moment, they basically were trying to tell this protester that he now had a weapon. That is insane.
Where's my weapon? I'm not discussing anything.
And this brave man, he went viral all over the internet. And you know what? I'm very proud of him from standing up against this type of nonsense that's happening all over right now. This is insane. Did a good job. Defend your free speech. And didn't let them run him out of there.